In 1835, aboard the HMS Beagle, Charles Darwin visited the Galapagos Islands west of Ecuador on the equator. Upon returning to England, he wrote the epic history-changing Origin of the Species. Join us then as we visit these enchanted islands and then cross the Andes to the Ecuadorian Amazon. We start our adventure with a tour of Ecuador's capital, Quito, and a visit to the equator.
All the squares, right?
Leaving Quito, we fly to Baltra, 600 miles west of mainland Ecuador, our entry point to the Galapagos Islands. Our first encounter with wildlife, sea lions on the town beach in Baltra. Our home for the next 7 days of island exploring is the Grand Celebrity Expedition. Early the first morning, we visit Kicker Rock, also called the Sleeping Lion or León Dormido, a much photographed rocky formation on the western side of the island San Cristobal. The remains of a lava cone eroded by the sea, the two vertical rocks rising 500 feet from the ocean form a small channel that is navigable by small boats. Espanola Island, or Hood Island, is located in the extreme southeast of the Galapagos archipelago and considered, along with Santa Fe, to be one of the oldest, at approximately 4 million years, and is considered by many visitors to be one of the best. Its distance from the other Galapagos Islands has meant that there are some species that are endemic to this island alone. We encounter this baby sea lion born this morning. This bird finds the mother's placenta a tasty treat. We see our first marine iguana, and then a pelican that is apparently annoying the sea lion. Boobies are among the most fascinating seabirds to be seen in the Galapagos. The blue-footed boobies are particularly common and may be seen nesting as here in the rocks near the shore on most islands. They share a number of common traits with their cousins, the red-footed boobies and masked boobies, including forward-pointed eyes that allow stereo vision. This silly appearance, as well as their strange mating dance, led the Spaniards to call them bobos, or clowns, hence the name boobies. The Nazca booby, formerly known as the masked booby, because of the black skin at the base of the beak, gives it a Zorro-like appearance. Of the 3 booby species in the Galapagos, the Nazca is the largest. Swallowtail gulls are seen mating. Is she saying not even a kiss? These waved albatrosses have a wingspan of 7 to 8 feet and weigh 7 to 11 pounds. Their strange waddle on land appears clumsy, but in the air they are among the most graceful of seabirds. Their courtship dance seen here involves bowing, swaying their heads side to side, followed by a noisy duel with their beaks. Male frigatebirds are black with a patch of red skin at the throat that is the gular sac. During courtship display, the male forces air into the sac, causing it to inflate into a startling red balloon. If the display is attractive enough, the female will land. Frigatebirds are pirates, mainly obtaining food by stealing it from other birds, especially boobies, as seen here with this pair fighting over food. Blowholes, created in lava flow formations, are a unique feature of Espanola. On Fernandina Island, we land on Punta Espinosa, a narrow stretch of land, where we find the home to hundreds of marine iguanas, flightless cormorants, penguins, and sea lions. These noisy baby sea lions are waiting for their mothers to return from hunting. The Galapagos flightless cormorant has evolved in an isolated island environment that is free of predators. Thus, the birds had no need to fly and eventually became flightless. However, the Galapagos Islands have not remained free of predators, and consequently, this cormorant is now one of the world's rarest birds with only about 1,000 left. Galapagos penguins have the smallest breeding range and population size of any penguin, with less than 1,000 breeding pairs. Unlike most penguins, Galapagos penguins have no particular breeding season and may have as many as 3 clutches in a single year. This adaptation allows them to take advantage of periods of high food abundance. Penguins swim with surprising grace. A penguin's body is wedge-shaped, like a boat, and therefore moves easily through the water. Penguins usually dive to find prey, whether it's fish, krill, or squid, and they can stay underwater for as long as 30 minutes. The Galapagos marine iguana is one of the most unusual forms of marine mammal life found anywhere in the world. They are the only known iguana in the world that will purposely go into the ocean. Once in the water, this marine iguana uses its specially adapted tail to dive up to 45 feet below sea level, where it will stay and eat the seaweed for up to 30 minutes before resurfacing. As a consequence of its high salt intake, the marine iguana has evolved the most effective salt glands of any reptile. They sneeze the salt out of their nostrils, which encrust their heads. The Galapagos land iguanas resemble the mythical creatures of the past, dragons with long tails, clawed feet, and spiny crests. Unfortunately, because of man, they are endangered in their own native land. Rabida has a distinctive look, with its reddish beach. Here we find a noisy colony of sea lions on the beach. Within 1 week after birth, females will get pregnant again. We see many mothers nursing on the beach. Only when the new one is born will they wean the older one, so they're always nursing and always pregnant. After nursing, it's playtime.
Well, you can, once you take a picture, you can walk anywhere. Yes, you can.
No animal is more synonymous with the Galapagos Islands than the giant tortoise, a very large species which may reach a length of 4 feet and weight of 500 pounds. Our visit to Santa Cruz Island affords a chance to see these magnificent creatures up close and personal. While blue-footed boobies' appearance may be silly, they are spectacular and daring hunters. Their projectile-shaped body has evolved to allow them a very unusual fishing style. Spotting fish beneath the surface, they dive at a great speed into the water, folding their wings just before entry. Their stereo vision allows them to follow fish underwater. Sally Lightfoot crabs are named for their ability to flitter across the rock faces like the famous dancer Sally Rand. Adults have a dramatic red-orange color with a blue underside. Since red is the first color to disappear underwater, this coloration serves to camouflage the crabs. The flamingo is the Galapagos bird most endangered of extinction. There are only an estimated 100 to 150 birds remaining. We are able to see here how the flamingo moves its bill upside down underwater to gather and filter the bottom sediment. Flamingos feed almost entirely on shrimp, and that provides the pink pigment for their feathers. By performing this shuffle dance, the flamingos are turning up the shrimp for a tasty feast. A 374-foot hike takes us to the top of Bartolome Island. This is the most photographed site in the Galapagos. You may remember this from Master and Commander starring Russell Crowe. Frequent snorkeling trips allow us to see Galapagos marine life. The combination of warm tropical waters and the nutrient-rich cool Humboldt Current allows the Galapagos Islands to support a wide array of marine life. These waters are home to sharks, sea turtles, sea lions, and 306 varieties of fish, with 25% of these fish being endemic. There are few coral reefs in these waters. Instead, crevasses in the lava provides the function of a reef. Smaller fish live protected within the crevasses, coming out to feed, and invertebrates make their home in the lava. We return to Quito and fly over the Andes to Coca, an oil town on the Rio Negro. This river, one of the major contributors to the Amazon, is our starting point for our Amazon adventure aboard the Manatee. Longboats allow us to explore the river. We travel to a local art museum and convent for a tour and are entertained by this golden-mantled tamarin monkey. Attempting to master the blowgun, we find it's heavy and difficult to use. Our guide Ernesto shows how a small palm stem laced with curare, a potent poison, is used. We find we are all incapable of hitting the target. We have an early morning visit to this unusual parrot feeding area. Each day, about the same time, these parrots come to eat the clay. This helps with digestion and to neutralize the poisons in some of the seeds of their diet. A few brave souls land first, followed by hundreds of their more timid peers. In the late afternoon, we explore this small contributory river by dugout canoe. A capuchin monkey seen here has the origin of its name from the appearance of a black skull cap which its markings resemble. These are the monkeys organ grinders have used for decades. Ernesto's guided walk through this jungle preserve reveals spiders, termites, and leafcutter ants.